Welcome to Hot Topics in International Trade, brought to you by Braumiller Law Group and Braumiller Consulting Group.
Hi, this is Bob Brewer with Braumiller Law Group and Braumiller Consulting Group. Welcome to the podcast. With me this morning, I have Gavin Andersen, a lawyer now, huh?
I'm a lawyer now, yeah.
Yeah. Some of you may know, or may not know, but Gavin's actually been with us on the consulting side for how long was that actually?
I started in 2018, but I actually first encountered Braumiller in 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
How did you encounter us in 2016?
It was through a prior disclosure with a company I was working at as a trade compliance analyst. It was my first job. We discovered some anti-dumping and countervailing duties, and my boss found Adrian, and I was really lucky that she did.
Oh, cool. So that's how we met. So
Yeah.
you actually, now Gavin's a licensed customs broker, so that was really the first foray into it for you, and you thought, at what point did you want to pivot towards becoming a lawyer, an attorney?
Oh, actually the first time I thought about going to law school was 2010, but I don't think I had a clear idea of what I would have done.
Yeah.
But actually, it was meeting Adrian, I'd say, that kind of really put the idea into my head more concretely, because I liked what she and her team were doing, and she was so kind to let me in to the process as a trade compliance analyst, and I really started considering it, and then it just took a few years of kind of talking to my wife about it and feeling it out, saving some money, and then finally I went back.
See, that's a huge decision, I think, to you know what, I want to take this a little further, honey, and you know, it depends on where the family is at the time and how much time you're going to have to devote. Are you going to go to school at night, or how did it all work out for you?
Oh, it was tough.
Yeah, bet.
So we have two kids.
Yeah.
And so, they all took on a lot while I was in law school, but I just went full time. We thought about doing night school.
Part-time, forget it. Let's just knock it out.
If you think about it, then I would have been working during the day and then also gone at night. So it actually, I think, would have been worse. So that's why we took a few years to save money and then just go back full time.
Cool. All right. So you took the bar exam.
I did.
Last week?
No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time for them to get the results out, you said, right?
Yeah, Ohio waits until October 23rd, I think.
Okay. You passed. This is smart, man. He's one of my, actually, you're a great writer, too, you know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I could talk with Gavin for hours just on stuff in general. But this is interesting to me. So you got an MA. Give me some lowdown on your resume a little bit. Like, I could read this off. MA in International Trade, Investment Development Policy, MBA from Middlebury Institute of International Studies, a BA in Anthropology from Macalester College. And I also said that also you're a custom pro. I want to know, this is interesting, how many languages do you speak?
With varying degrees of fluency, I think I speak four besides English. Yeah.
What are they?
Spanish is the first one. I started speaking Spanish at about 14. I started studying at 12, and at 14, I think I could have conversations. And then Chinese, I started studying, and Mandarin, yes.
No Cantonese?
No, I'm not sure I know a word of Cantonese.
Oh,
which is kind of
Mandarin
crazy.
only. Well,
kind of crazy, actually.
Okay.
And maybe. And I started studying that in 2005, and I think I took classes all the way through 2013. Norwegian, I wouldn't call myself fluent in Norwegian, but I can watch movies, I understand conversations, and I can express myself fairly well. And then I'd say that my Uyghur at this point is conversational. It was a little bit better years ago.
Uyghur? I don't think I've heard anybody speak Uyghur before in my life, honestly.
It's like it's kind of like Turkish. It's closest to Uzbek, but it's similar to Turkish. It's a Turkic language.
Oh, see, and most people would think, well, you have to be immersed in the language to really.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you become immersed in any of these?
Spanish was just at home.
Okay.
I just had a lot of Spanish-speaking friends. I was on a soccer team, and I think there was a period where I was the only native English speaker.
On the team.
Yeah, I was the only Güero on the team. Yeah, and then Chinese. I studied abroad in China. That was a long time.
You did study abroad in.
I did.
What city were you in?
Kunming in Yunnan province. It's been a long time now. That was 2008. And then right after my study abroad program, I was really interested in Xinjiang in the far western region of China. So I went and I stayed there for three months in an apartment that belonged to the friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
I stayed there for a while and took Uyghur classes. Used all my savings to go down to the university every day. And then I also actually made a really good friend there and stayed with him in Turkey for 3 months later on in my life. And I think that was 2010. And I lived with a bunch of Uyghur people there.
Cool. And what countries have you traveled to then?
You're actually asking me to recollect some things because it's been a while. I've been a lot of places. I've been
I know you have. That's what I'm curious as to.
around South America. In college, I took a bus from Colombia to Bolivia and back with a friend from Colombia from college.
Okay.
China. I went to Israel one time. Puerto Rico is a territory, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm big on China, as you know. I mean, Gavin's going to get me to China.
Yeah.
So we've got. Well, I mean, it makes a difference because our other a senior associate attorney, Carrie Wang, shout out to Carrie. It's been a kind of a bridge to China with you and now. She said, like I told you, your Mandarin's excellent. She said. So let's let everybody hear it. Say, Bob, I think you're a really neat guy in Mandarin.
我想你很棒.
Okay, so I hope that's what you said.
Yeah, you just have to trust me.
I think I do. All right, so you've been in the trenches with us on the consulting side for a while, it looks like.
Yeah.
How's it been so far? You're a newbie here. You've been here, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, this is my second.
Second week with Braumiller Law Group. Mm-hmm. How's it been?
I keep realizing how lucky I am, and my wife has really helped me realize that.
Oh, yeah.
I just like all the people here. I've gotten to feel you guys out for a few years.
You're not the normal firm, I can assure you. But I've made it a point, even when you got into the digital magazine, to show that, we're the kind of, we work our butts off. That just goes. And we've got a lot of sharp people on our staff, obviously. But, we know how to kick back, have a brew or a cocktail, and shoot the breeze, and get to know each other a little bit better, and have some fun as well.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and I actually remind me of something that I noticed immediately when I met Adrian in 2016, and that I've continued to notice. There are a lot of great lawyers and a lot of great firms out there, but something that I think is really special about Braumiller is the way that Adrian and the other attorneys are able to not perform solely as attorneys, but really understand what's going on in the business,
right,
and also on a human level. I just think it's notable about it.
Well, that's Mama Bear. I mean, if you like, she's in the trenches. There is no ivory tower with her. That's just not how things go down, as you know. Yeah. I mean, I get involved a lot on the new business as well, and we spread things around, and I was just chatting with Megan too, one of our associates, and it's just amazing the variety of things that this little boutique shop in Texas delves into.
Yeah.
It's global. Yeah. And that's what keeps it interesting, I think, for most of us. And what you'll find too is we operate as a team. Those Monday morning calls that you're now involved with, where everybody kind of gets caught up and we ask who needs help, who's working on what. And as you can see, that's a lot got handed to you.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
But that's good though. I like it. You
fast.
were accepted. I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. So now you're going to be kind of a go-to. And I think you'll be working closely with Adrienne too, because she's a good mentor in that perspective. So there are a lot of things that you'll be exposed to. I think in the next year, you'll see and you pass the bar. You're an attorney, from my perspective.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You got it. You got this.
I'm not thinking about it ever again.
What did you think of the test though? Did you think it was harder than the customs broker test?
Can I swear on this podcast?
You can if you want.
Okay, well, I'll tell the same story that I told somebody else who asked. I remember when I took the customs broker's license exam. I remember on the first day, I did not pass on the first time. I didn't pass the first time, but I remember as soon as we put our pencils down, somebody slammed all their things down on the desk and stood up and said, "I'll see you fuckers next time." And I walked out. And I think it had an 11% pass rate. So there's
oh my God, 11%.
Yeah, there is something difficult about the licensing exam that it doesn't share with the bar exam. But I will say the bar exam was more of an ordeal. I mean, it's 2 days, and it's like, what is it, 10 weeks of prep beforehand,
at least
taking a course. It's really unpleasant, but. Like I said, I'm not going to think about it again.
Yeah, well, it's over with. You passed. Very confident that you did. Now, last couple minutes here, is there anything about you that we should know in addition to what I might have mentioned that you'd like to throw out here for everybody, since you're kind of new to the team?
Well, I guess I live up in Cleveland, Ohio, which is a Rust Belt city. It's kind of like Detroit.
I love
Like
Cleveland.
familiar with it. I love
do.
Cleveland too. I really love it. I'm not from Cleveland. I was born in Nebraska and I grew up mostly in Minnesota,
Oh, okay.
but out on the edge of the prairie.
Freezing your butt off.
Yeah, yeah. I told my wife when we moved to Cleveland, I felt like it was a little bit too southerly, but
okay.
I appreciate it now. But I recently with some of my neighbors started a community land trust, which is all about keeping housing affordable. You know, a Rust Belt city like that has a lot of vacant lots and a lot of houses in foreclosure and things. It's a little bit better than I think it was in 2008 and even up through 2020, but we're still in a situation like that. So we're just getting that started, but it's a real thing. We're a real nonprofit corporation. We're working on that. So
Excellent.
That's important to me.
Yeah, that and gardening too. Aren't you big?
Gardening,
Yes.
yeah. I love gardening. Yeah, I've got a crazy yard. I don't even.
So that's kind of like that's your mellow out time when you get the stress release. You know.
Yeah, I think it is.
So you just go out there. Yeah, my dad had that. He called it the
Your
North
dad did?
40. Yeah, because I grew up as my dad worked for United States Steel as an executive. He'd come home and during dinner, I just hear him on the phone asking him how many ingots did you roll, you know. And it was always calls during dinner. He's never kind of got away from it seemed, but keeping that all running. I understood that when he got out there, don't even come and talk to him about the phone ringing.
Yeah,
They can wait. This is the North 40. This is my time,
I get that.
and I am decompressing.
What do you grow? Vegetables?
Yeah, and some of the best tomatoes I've ever had
Yeah.
came from my dad's garden.
You have your own tomatoes now?
No, I don't even step foot in a grocery store anymore. I swear to God, since pandemic, I've ordered everything straight from the grocery store to my front door.
It's understandable.
You know, it's just the way it is, you know. But I got to tell you, man, I'm really happy that you are on board with us.
Me too.
You are a great addition to the team, and I look forward to working with you for a very long time, Gavin.
I feel the same way. And
Great.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be
Thanks
here.
for stopping by, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.